Hey everyone, and welcome back to Robbie's Backstage Bants. Today, I have a very special guest, which is the lovely Sam Lips. Would you like to give us a bit of an introduction on who you are, what you're doing at the moment, and who you play?
Yes, my name is Sam. As you can tell from my accent, I'm not from here. I grew up in the States, lived in New York for 7 years, and then I moved to London about 3.5 years ago, just before lockdown. Just great timing. But now I'm playing Billy Lawler in 42nd Street, which is going on tour around the UK, and yeah, it's great fun. It's going really well.
So glad. I'm so glad. Now, obviously, as you said, you are not from the UK. So
Yeah.
I generally interview people from the UK. What a surprise. So how did you make your way into the industry from like in the US? Is it sort of different side of the world point of view kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean it's I think the process is pretty similar. I went to university out there. I got a degree in musical theater from University of Michigan. And through that we put together a showcase with the senior class and we took it to New York City. We performed for agents, casting directors, and I got an agent through that, which really helped me get off the ground. And yeah, they sent me on loads of auditions and I was on the tour of Wicked within a couple of months and kind of went from there. So yeah,
Yeah. Now Broadway.
yes,
That's a thing. How was that? How
that's the
was
thing.
Broadway? You've done multiple things.
Yeah, it's really fun. Broadway is everything they say it is.
Good.
It's full on. It's cutthroat, but the rewards are incredible. It's amazing to perform on those stages. It really is.
Yeah, and a lot of them are very famous stages.
Yeah.
How does performing on Broadway differentiate to performing over here in the UK? How have you found any differences through that?
I get asked this question a lot, and I will say from my perspective, there's not a lot of difference. I think the caliber is the same. I think the production value is the same. I think that, the, the one thing I will say is I find people to be a lot more friendly over here. But so that's a big plus. But in terms of the the talent and the level at which people are performing, I think it's just as strong over here as it is on Broadway.
Amazing. Well, there you go. You've heard it here first. So, obviously, we're here to talk about 42nd Street. So, what was the audition process like for you for 42nd Street?
Well, this is a role that I've wanted to play for a long, long time. I actually did the show when I was 19 at university, and I was
Oh,
in the ensemble, and obviously saw the role of Billy Lawler, and I said, "Ooh, I want to do that one day." So it's been on my radar for a long, long time, and I'm so happy I finally got to do it. The audition process for me was pretty short actually because I had just got done working with Jonathan Church, our director, on Singing in the Rain. I was playing Don Lockwood on the tour of Singing in the Rain. So I knew Jonathan, and so I came in for a quick dance call. It was only like four of us in there, and we learned a few dances. And then a few days later, I came in with some material and some music. And I'd also worked with Jennifer White, our music director, before as well, so she knew me. And so I came in, I did some material. They gave me a couple adjustments, and then that was it. And I heard like a couple weeks later. So yeah, so
there you
and
go.
that's not usual.
Nice and
Doesn't
painless
usually happen that
process
quickly.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've done a UK tour before. So how are you feeling about touring with 42nd Street?
Oh, I'm so excited. I think, that the whole idea behind this production, this new version of 42nd Street is a version that they can take on tour because obviously the Drury Lane production was very big, very flashy. There was a cast of about 50, I believe. So I think the whole impetus for creating this production was the way for it to tour. And to be honest, in rehearsals, I think they have really captured the heart of this story, and it still has all of the pizzazz, all of the spectacle, all of the flash, all of the the things you want to see.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
think they've really boiled down the heart of the story, and they've showcased it so well in this production. So I'm really excited to take it on tour.
Wow. And obviously you've seen a lot of the UK before. So
Hmm.
having done that, where are you most excited to visit or return to?
Well, when I was on Sing in the Rain, I was kind of doing a little bit of a job share with Adam Cooper, who originated the role on the West End. And he came out and did a couple of cities on tour. So I didn't get to go to Manchester. And I'm really, really looking forward to going to Manchester because I hear the audiences there are the best.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So I'm really
Newcastle
looking
give you
forward
a
to
run
going to
for your
Manchester.
money.
That is true. I did get to go to Newcastle, and actually they were amazing as well.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing like us Northerners. I will tell you that.
Oh yeah,
Um, but no, it's going to be amazing for you to then get to Manchester and some
yeah,
gorgeous theatre as well. So
definitely.
that's great. Now you mentioned the rehearsals for 42nd
Mhm.
Street. How were the rehearsals? But also, was there any challenges that you faced that you've now overcome, and how did you overcome them challenges?
Yeah. So there's sort of two different styles of a rehearsal process, and one of which is where the show has already existed for a long time. For example, your Phantom of the Operas, your Lion Kings,
Yeah,
Book of Mormons. So they already know what the formula is, and they just sort of set it on a new group of people. With this production, they were totally recreating. Obviously, the book already existed,
yeah,
so that was a bit of a head start. But to create something from the ground up like that, it's a whole different process, and you come in and things are changing right, left, and center, and you're figuring things out, and it's a lot more of a collaborative process, which is really fun, but it does take a lot more time and a lot more brain power because there's a lot more things to figure out. Um, so that was cool. But in a way, while it was an extra challenge, it does make it a lot more fun because you get to put your own stamp on your part. And even like, the ensemble I mentioned, it's quite a bit smaller than what it was at Drury Lane. So what's lovely about that is that each person in the ensemble has a moment. They have a step out moment. So they get to also create their own story, and the audience is able to follow each person's story throughout the show. So building that was really, really special.
I bet it was. Yeah, and as you said, you get to put your own stamp on the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that this is a role that you've wanted to be playing for quite some time, but how did you form your version of Billy?
So Billy Lawler is on paper, he seems very one dimensional. He seems this sort of handsome, charming, a bit full of himself, you know, kind of character. But what Jonathan and I and Nicole Lily Basden, who plays Peggy Sawyer, we got together, just the three of us, and really discussed that through line of Peggy and Billy's story. And it's funny because, while he is this sort of charismatic lady killer kind of guy, he's used to having, a lot of attention from the ladies. Peggy is actually, she rejects him a lot, one after another, she's rejecting him. So what we discovered is that Billy has to continually try new tactics to win her over. And in that process, he gets kind of stripped back, and we see that he's actually a really loving, caring person. And so that's kind of fun to take this character that seems a bit one dimensional and make him very real and full and likable.
Absolutely. That's it's a great way to put things. And I suppose it's really nice to with a brand new production to do
Mm-hmm.
that. And
Yeah,
this is how you wanted to play him. And that's sort of creates it more special for you. Now
definitely.
you have said this, but are you enjoying 42nd Street?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like I've said it multiple times, but it's the role I've wanted to play for a long time, and it is a dream come true. I couldn't have asked for a better production to be playing this role in. It's great. It's
Absolutely.
so fun.
And the casting for this production. Now, you mentioned Nicole Lily
Oh yeah.
Basden. I've seen Nicole Lily Basden twice, not in this yet though, so I need to go and see her in this.
Oh, get
Um,
ready. She is an absolute star.
she is. And then you've got, yourself. phenomenal. Les Dennis, Ruthie Henshaw, Adam Gasser. You
Yeah,
know, it's a cast.
it's a cracking cast. Yeah.
It really is. Now, do you have a favorite number to perform in the show?
Oh, I have to say, there's this one little bit, and it's totally random and kind of doesn't really make sense. But it's the song "I Only Have Eyes for You," which I think most people will have heard before. And it originally starts with as Ruthie Henshaw's character starts it, and she has it, and it's kind of a more like spotlight soliloquy moment. And then through the magic of theater, it morphs into the opening number of the show within the show, which is called Pretty Lady. And I get to come out and sing, it's not very long, it's only like 16 bars or something. But to come out and just like properly sing, just park and bark, as I like to say. And it's so quick and so short, but I love that bit.
Wow.
It's so fun.
Wow. I am that is one thing I will be looking out for.
Can't miss it. I'm in green. I'm in a green suit. And it's
Green
beautiful.
suit. Look out for the green suit, guys. Speaking of the costumes, from what I've seen, they look absolutely stunning.
Oh,
Really beautiful.
yeah.
And
They really are. They've really, Rob has done an incredible design. It's absolutely beautiful.
it looks amazing. Now, there's a lot of tap.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tap. Do you tap?
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How's
Not
that?
not as much as some people. But I do tap, we all tap a lot. It's so fun. I mean, tap dancing it's one of those styles that is just completely different from any other style. It's the brain to body connection is a completely new set of skills. And I think there's something about it that is just so impressive to an audience. Like to hear all those sounds and to have that kind of wash of sound is so neat. And this show is just such a love letter to tap dance. And what's great about Bill Deemer's choreography is each number has kind of a different feel to it. So it showcases tap in so many different ways that it can be celebrated. And so yeah, the tapping is so fun.
Yeah. I bet it's quite a physically demanding show then for you to get through. But then cats.
I've done a lot of physically demanding shows. This is actually
Are you
I
okay?
actually have a break in this show. So it's a real treat for me. I get a little break.
As long as you can stand still for 2 minutes, that's better than cats.
I'll take it.
You can survive. Yeah. Now, what advice would you give to aspiring performers?
Ooh, I would say, and this is I've sort of like come up with this idea recently, just based on the world right now.
Yeah.
I think for someone who is aspiring to do this as a profession, I think I would say don't settle for what you think you're capable of. To really, really push yourself and push your boundaries, push yourself out of your comfort zone, try new things. Yes, it will be scary. Yes, it will be difficult. But if you can get over that voice in your head that says, I can't do this, you will be astounded at what you are actually capable of. And I think that is something I really want to like shout out to young people these days, just to not settle for what you think you can do, to expand that and really go beyond what you think you're capable of, because you might be surprised.
Wow, that is the quote of the interview, I would say. Definitely. Pass to that one everywhere. And just start making inspirational quote boards and just be on Pinterest within 5 minutes.
So
keep on Pinterest. Now, there is one major final question that I need to ask. It's not a question that I really need to ask, but it's going to help. Why should people come and see the show?
Well, so this show, it takes place during the Great Depression in 1933, and it's a time when the world is in turmoil. It's a very, very dark time for people. And in this show, the characters come together and they put on this very lighthearted, wonderful musical that provides escapism to the people. And I feel like that is something that audiences can relate to in this day and age with coming out of the pandemic, with this sort of cost of living crisis that's going on right now. It is pure escapism. It is a love letter to musical theater and what we do. And it will make you walk out of the theater singing, tap dancing, feeling so much better about life. So if you need that in your life, this is the show for you.
Well, there you go. Book your tickets. I will have some sort of ticket link in the description so you can grab some
Right.
tickets to see it. It's going all over the place. Sadler's Wells
Yeah.
is next.
Yeah, we open tomorrow.
Open tomorrow. But no, get you some tickets. It's going all over the UK. I will find the tour dates and get them down there so you can, or even go to 42nd Street's website, which I'll leave in the description, and you can go and grab some tickets, look at the dates, and go and see this fantastic production on the road. Now, that is all today. So thank you so much for joining me. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank
chatting.
you.
I've been quite a big fan since seeing a video of you in Cats.
Oh, really?
But no, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And thank you for watching this episode. If you've enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe for more stuff like this. Because if you support it, I can bring you more. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next episode.